What's up, everyone? Saturday night here in New York City. I'm in Astoria, Queens. If any of you watched my video this morning, you may recognize this place because it's almost the exact same place I started the video from with fellow Astoria native Greg from the Food and Footprints YouTube channel. But it's September 24th, 2022, 9 o'clock p.m. and the temperature right now is 66 Fahrenheit, so it dropped. 66 Fahrenheit, 19 Celsius. It was in the low 70s before. But here I am in Astoria. We're gonna check out how the Ditmars Boulevard area is doing. Maybe if I have some time, I'll show the Steinway Street area, Little Egypt, and check it out. Laurie says you love this, stay warm. I'm prepared. Whatever temperature drops are coming, I'm prepared for it. It's a lot of silly string. Yeah, looks fun. That's so cool. Hung Mao saying Astoria Park is amazing. It sure is. A lot has changed in Astoria Park. And a lot has changed in this neighborhood too. My home neighborhood of Astoria, Queens. Here is the old Mike's Diner. Sad to see Mike's Diner go. In my video that I published this morning, you can see them taking out all the chairs and tables and whatnot, and now this is all that's left of Mike's Diner. They just suddenly decided not to renew their lease. But we'll see what happens here on Ditmars Boulevard with all these mom and pop stores. Over here is going to be a Target. Yeah, Ben, I had a lot of memories in that place, Mike's Diner. I mean, these places over here, you got Popeyes, Taco Bell, Chipotle, Krispy Kreme donut, and IHOP up there. I'm not really interested in seeing how they're doing right now because they're fast food chains. Not that I don't like fast food chains, but there's a lot of great options right around the corner. Yeah, Spoli, John and Adriana did publicly announce it. Had a healthy baby boy. Wonder what's gonna happen to Pizza Palace, but it wasn't really a nightlife place anyway. More of a place to just come to and get a slice of pizza. Steven, you're right. Last stop on the N and W lines. "24 minutes for the next bus." That's not good. Kind of quiet right now. Hung Mao saying this is a much more relaxing stream compared to Manhattan earlier. It totally is. It's like two different parts of the city. And I did a lot more after I did that live stream. I told everyone I was off to film another video. Well, I walked from Katz's Deli all the way over to Williamsburg and Greenpoint. And I even saw Williamsburg, Brooklyn was really, really busy. But it's a lot less busy here than Williamsburg. Williamsburg was almost as busy as Manhattan. Laurie says, did I grab a bite to eat? Actually, I didn't. I skipped out on dinner today because I had a big lunch. So I'm sure walking off all those calories that I had for lunchtime. Jose says, when do you eat? I eat when it's convenient for me. Here's the nightlife of Astoria. Cento Latin Kitchen. JB asking, how many miles have you walked today? Let's see. Now that you asked. Today I did 24,868 steps. And in terms of miles, that is, let's see, 9.6 miles. I'm sure I'm gonna hit 10 easily today. Interesting that the city is still doing this open streets program and closing off these blocks. live music here. I wasn't sure if it was a live band or not.
Ojalá que llueva. Gracias, gracias. Vamos a hacer un pequeño break. Otro pequeño break. Ya volvemos. Música en cabina.
Aren't you the famous YouTuber?
Yes, I am. Action Kid.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Nice to see you.
All over.
I'm all over. You won't see me in just one nightlife area, but multiple. I was at San Gennaro, Lower East Side, East Village, Soho, Greenwich Village, Williamsburg, Greenpoint, and now Astoria. I think this is the last place I'm gonna cover today, to be honest. Yeah, Steven, love the live music. True Astoria. Not as many people in True as I thought.
Oh my god, I forgot. I wanted to tell you the other day.
This is neat. They have these chairs out in the middle of the street. Look at Taverna Cyclades. This is so busy. They're well known as like a Greek seafood place, but ever since they expanded, I'm really happy for them. Their old location didn't really suit them that well because they were limited in the table space they had. It was very cramped. Oh, this smells so good. If you order a dish here, I highly recommend the lemon potatoes that has a side. Yeah, that's me. Hi. Take care.
Bye.
For sure, Robert, Astoria is really known for its Greek culture, and nowhere can you find a place that's more of an example of that than Taverna Cyclades here on Ditmars Boulevard and 36th Street. Wow, Martha's Country Bakery. I guess everyone ate their dinners already and now is getting dessert at Martha's. Ben says, how long did it take you to memorize the layout of New York City? I've lived here for a long time, so that helps. Janice saying, am I going back to Florida? Anybody knows? If anybody knows, the best person to ask is me, and I'll eventually go back there. You'll have to stay tuned because I'm keeping a lot of my travel plans a surprise, and I think you might be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, Mini So, it's not owned by Martha Stewart. I don't really know exactly who Martha is. Could be the founder, could be someone that inspired them to bake. Who knows? Here's Jack Jones. Jack Jones is pretty popular tonight. I mean, it's not people overflowing the streets like Greenwich Village or the Lower East Side, but it's comfortably busy. This is what I call more of like a family-friendly atmosphere. What's up? Enjoying yourself? All right, Astoria. See you. This is probably the last few weeks for outdoor dining. Yeah, because already the temperatures are dropping. You can still comfortably outdoor dine, but you'll need a sweater now. Lola J with $1. Thank you so much, Lola J. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. All right, so we're pretty much at the end of the lively part of Ditmars Boulevard. We're gonna cut across towards Steinway Street over here towards Little Egypt. This is the section of Astoria that I haven't really revisited since I've been back, Little Egypt. I don't know what to expect there, if there's more new places or whatnot, but I'm sure the food is just as good, if not better. Yan Ru says they have good seafood there. I'm sure Astoria is really known for their seafood. Just Viz thought I had left New York City. You thought right, but I revisited. Yeah, JQG Atlas, there's a Little Egypt here. We'll see it as soon as I cross over Astoria Boulevard. Probably within the next 10 minutes or so. This is almost the exact same walk I did with Greg from Food and Footprints. Astoria is a little bit of a tricky neighborhood to get around to find like these restaurants and whatnot, because it's not really all in one continuous path unless you want to stick to that. To get from like one end of the neighborhood to the other, sometimes it requires a little bit of walking or traveling. And it'll go through a lot of these residential areas, like over here. Thanks, Glenda Smiles a lot, $10 vicariously and exploring New York City with you. I love your travels. Thanks so much, Glenda. Appreciate your support. I'm glad you're seeing New York City through my lens. Yeah, Laurie, I really enjoyed walking with Greg. We both had a lot to share about the neighborhood and how it's changing and seeing a lot of different things. Popper Pants asking if isn't it dangerous in New York? Let me put it this way. I still think New York City is a safe place to be, but it is headed in the right direction, and you do need to be aware of your surroundings. If you usually place yourself in danger, then danger may find you. For me, I don't like to get myself involved with danger. So that keeps me away from a lot of the trouble. But if you're often doing stuff with a high risk, then just be aware that there is going to be danger in New York. That's what it comes down to. And you could also view a video I posted, how to stay safe in New York City at night. I gave a lot of great tips if you're just like in Manhattan somewhere and need to take the subway home for the night or not. And there's a lot of good practical advice. Stay on well-lit streets, travel with somebody if you can. Don't stand too close to the platform edge, look for traffic, things like that. Right now I'm more afraid of getting hit by a car or traffic than a violent crime happening. That's the honest truth. Because if you see a lot of my videos and walkthroughs of the streets here, traffic has been picking up and it's not exactly in a good way. Here we've got the Amtrak tracks. This will take you to the Northeast United States, New England. Boston South Station is the last stop on the Amtrak. Mona Key says that was an excellent informative video on how to keep safe in New York City. Thank you, Mona. Yeah, I think it was a very needed video, because right now New York is at a time where a lot of people are listening to the media thinking that it's unsafe, but I walk through the streets all the time. I'm aware of stuff and I try to keep myself out of danger. It's not to say that crime doesn't happen, because it does happen in New York. But there's ways that you can do to minimize the stuff that happens to you. Merrick Miller with $2. Will you be going to Coney? You love the baseball Furies. I think I'll plan to go to Coney Island soon. Thank you for the support. Time to Waco says, one of the things that helps me keep safe in New York is you walk really fast. It helps because it gives me some space from people getting near me. That might be a good way to do it. Spoleto. Looks like a pretty chill place. I really want to make this light before it changes. All right, let's do it. We'll cross on 0. JQG Alice saying, be careful crossing these streets here. Oh, I'm well aware of it. Astoria Boulevard is not a street to be messed around with. You really have to be careful here. Thanks, Merrick Miller, for the $1 super chat, and Rebecca Kiriolesi, $10 in honors of those sleeping halal carts of Queens, wherever they are. Thanks, Rebecca and Merrick, for your support. We might see some halal carts today. Oh boy, here's Little Egypt. It's well known to be a mess of double parked cars all the time. And I see that tonight is no different. Oh, this food here smells so good. It might come from Layali, Dubai. You thought this was going to be a quiet neighborhood walk, right? Starting from Ditmars Boulevard. Well, you thought wrong. Queens has got the honking people too. Probably not as much as Manhattan, but it's around. Marv says people think putting the hazard lights and titles in the park everywhere you want. Oh, it's well known to be the universal park anywhere signal. You put the hazard lights on, right? Like that guy. Yeah, it's a parking now. Doesn't exactly work that way. Robert's saying you didn't know Queens was so busy. Well, now you know. It can be busy at night. Here's a food cart that's really popular. Look at this. The chicken is fresh. They use real coal. And you can get food from here, the Steinway Halal cart. The prices are really reasonable. Lamb chops, mixed grill sandwiches. NYC subway fan. Are you going to be riding the subways? I do it every single day I'm in New York. It's the lifeblood of the city. I think a lot of people who get to Manhattan or commute around the city use the subway. It's kind of hard not to, unless you drive around or get car services. I know some people who do that. They're afraid to ride the subways, or they think it's too crowded. They'd rather get driven everywhere or drive everywhere, and that works too. Here's another halal cart. This one's a lot less busy than the other one. Cafe Bourbon. Looks like it's busy tonight. Espresso, cappuccino. People get their second win. Here's Farid Grill. Chicken kebab, 14 bucks. Lamb chops, 22. Andrew's saying Uber is expensive, like 100 bucks from the airport. Oh, tell me about it. New York's an expensive city. Astoria Manor. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's a little bit of a crowd in there. Halal munchies. So if you don't want to get it from the food trucks or the food carts, you can get it here. Eastern Nights. Eastern Nights sounds like a great name for a restaurant. Kisha Kanash West says 8K move back to NYC if you can. Florida's about to get washed with a hurricane. You know, Florida at this point, they have their building codes so that they're prepared for weather like this. One single hurricane alone isn't a reason to move back. Here's Rotana. Ziara, and I love the top here. It's in the shape of a shawarma. And what a shawarma is that thing right there. That's a shawarma. There's two of them. This is a small place, but they have a lot of seating in the back. It's just kind of narrow in the front, but they need the room for the counter space and for their kitchen. Marv92 says Astoria seems like a nice place to take a date with all these nice restaurants. Hey, anything that works, right? I mean, I've had dates in Manhattan too when it's all loud and crowded. I mean, it may be hard to hear the person sometimes, but sometimes it's part of the fun. You take your conversation out of the restaurant after you're done eating. Tone Riggs says Steinway can get crazy during COVID. People were really turning up there, showing up by the hundreds. It was a mess. Oh yes, I remember that. I have a lot of video from that time. It was extremely strange, but that's the way it worked here. Crystal Lounge if you want some nightlife. Tankus Stevens says, how do you feel about city bikes taking up parking spaces, including restaurants? I think the city bike program is great. To be honest, I think there's too many cars in New York. New York would be a much better place if there were less cars. Here's another halal cart. Those chicken bits look so good. Smoke and mirrors. Arjuna W, any advice for people wanting to be older or disabled relatives on holiday to New York City? You know, Arjuna, being older or disabled shouldn't really be a reason to not visit New York City. There's a lot to do here. And I know I might show it off that you need to go to all these places. There's stuff happening here, 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 here. But New York can really be a place where if you lower your expectations and just maybe go to a neighborhood, sit at a cafe, it can be just as enjoyable as if you visited to all these places that I try to hit in a day. So that's what I say. Michelle says, how can you resist all the delicious food? You just eat before. Arjun is saying hop on and hop off is any good. I thought it was a good experience. I took that bus before. You get to see a lot. So as I walked through Little Egypt there, I noticed that not much has changed. It still looks the same to me. I think this place renovated. HOA. It looks really, really nice now. Hey, what's up? I'm not sure if that guy was saying hey bro to me because he was annoyed or because he didn't like me filming or because he wanted to say hi, but to me it sounded like he was annoyed.
No, let me ask them real quick. Yo, they got a cat in there? I hate cats.
Legionary, you don't think it was called HOA in the past? I don't think so either. What's up? What are you doing? That's an interesting way to make a left turn, sir. Sometimes people, I feel like they want to show their power off to the camera that you can't film somewhere, and they kind of want to do everything in their power for you to like take that away from you. I don't know what it is. And I think it's really like the negative type of people who invite that kind of behavior. Maybe they've had bad experiences with cameras before. But if you see my videos, I try to promote things in a positive light. I'm not someone who like tries to film a business to like expose stuff or make it sensational. I'm here to say, hey, this great atmosphere here, you get more business. Blvd Astoria looking busy tonight. Sugar Freak looking busy. Much busier place than Ditmars Boulevard, right? Smokehouse. Blvd Astoria, this is usually the busiest restaurant on the block, and for good reason. It's
That's your kid.
hey, what's up?
I hate people.
Kirby, you like the late night stroll in New York, it can be fun sometimes. You go out, you see all the activity, people here. Grand opening, by the way, at excellent nail spa. Vote for Cake saying you're in the DC area, but you miss living in New York. Right now it's 9:30 p.m. It feels dead here. Meanwhile, in New York City, it would still feel early to be in bed at this time. Yeah, New York City has a lot more of a nightlife culture than Washington, D.C. The Avenue Cafe. Robert Desverny. I did not move back to New York City. Even though I get asked this question almost every stream, I don't mind answering it, just to make it clear. Marv saying, did Astoria always used to be this busy? Yeah, on 30th Avenue, it usually was this busy. More so during the early 2000s. That's when the nightlife really started to pick up. Grand Avenue Pizza is always a reliable late night spot. Love Shady Lady. Yanru's asking, what's your favorite restaurant on the streets? This one that I just crossed, or probably this one right here, Siva. Indian restaurant. What's up? Siva's really good. Maggie Hall's across the street is really popular for beers and cocktails. I'm not into that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of people packed in there. Surfboard saying you caught the video of Astoria Park. Very good. Very nice neighborhood park. I love what they did to the playground area. Dwayne's, what's your favorite non-alcoholic beverage? The liquid that we all need to survive. Water. El Rey del Taco truck, or Mexican food truck rather. Love this place. And here's a Halal cart. Legionary, you miss New York City at times. Had an awesome job, but the cost of living and the times we live in drove me out. There's many who share your concerns, Legionary. I know many who don't want to make the compromises to live in New York, live with roommates, and want the extra space, so they moved out as well.
I feel like
I have to say it right now, New York City is a tough city to live in. Cost of housing is very expensive. The taxes are very expensive. Owning a car, if you ever do own a car, is expensive. Utilities, you name it. Food is an area where you can save money because there's inexpensive food options, but everyone complains about the high cost of everything else. Thank you, Cliff Taylor, for $2 Canadian. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Dwayne saying, is it cheaper in other cities like Buffalo or Rochester in New York State? Oh yeah, definitely the cost of living is less expensive there. But will you have the same income moving there? That's another thing you have to weigh too. People come to New York for the networking opportunities, for higher salaries. That may offset the higher cost of living. It's really a balance, like everything in life. So I'm walking towards Astoria Boulevard now. I want to see what happened to this side of Astoria. I didn't see what happened yet over here. Thanks, Vernon A, for $10. Appreciate it, Vernon A. Google user asks if you like living in Miami. I do. I like living there very much. Tone Riggs, you know this block? Great pizza at the end. Oh yes, Mela Pizza. Great place to come. I did hear that one of my favorite restaurants in Astoria closed though. And it used to be over here. Yes, I'm really sad because this was one of my favorite Indian restaurants. Taste of Bengal. Closed up. And oh, many memories at Taste of Bengal. That's one of the big cons to living in New York. You really love a place, you come back to it, months later, it's not there. Janine says it's sad when good food places get shut down, for sure. Sometimes the new places that take over, they're not as good either. Or it's a different type of food. But that's what makes New York exciting too. There's always something new. NYC Subway fan. I'm not a basketball fan at all. Actually, I don't really even follow sports too much. Be quiet, subway. I heard your noise too many times today. Damaris Cologne, $4.99. Nice night walk in your neighborhood. Thank you, Damaris. Appreciate the support. Nancy say, I feel the rent is most expensive thing in New York. It is, because if you know where to shop and cook, at home groceries can be reasonable. Also, most apartment buildings offer free heating, water, and cooking gas. That's true. Food is one of the easiest ways to save money, especially if you cook. That's usually the cheapest option for food. Vera's asking, do I miss working a 9 to 5 in an office? I do too. It was a good experience for me, but I do miss it. Jerry Mungo is saying, isn't Miami just about as expensive as New York City? If you want it to be. No one says you have to buy a multi-million-dollar yacht or live right on the beach. You can live a modest lifestyle there. Get a reasonable home in a neighborhood that's away from the beach. So you can cut down your expenses that way. I really think my philosophy is a place is only as good as you're going to make it to be. People are going to talk bad about it, people are going to talk good about it, but ultimately it's up to you to make the place that you want it to be. Some people, they don't mind living with roommates in New York City, and they're completely fine with it. They're happy with it because they have company. And that's what makes New York City great. Okay, here's the part where I may be shocked because I've never been down here in months. I don't remember if that Mexican restaurant was there before. Huh. It looks good though. Starbucks is still here on the corner. And Drums saying, is it worth living in New York City these days and studying music as a drummer? Well, this is just general life advice. It really helps for you to get something established in New York or land like a gig or a job before you really start to settle down here. Because New York City is so expensive, it really helps to make sure things are really, concrete before making the move here and saying, this is where I want to live. I would really get that settled first. because once you have the income coming in, then you can really budget for whether or not you want to live here or not. I really haven't seen much changes on Astoria Boulevard. Argyro's Corner Mediterranean Market. Mr. Mean Cat, $5. Stop by 31st Avenue, Open Street, Tom. I'm doing grip strength challenge, of course, in Astoria. Thanks, Mr. Mean Cat. I don't think I'll make it down there tonight, but thanks for the invitation. Appreciate it very much. Basil Brick Oven Pizza, excellent Italian restaurant across the street. This restaurant I come by all the time. It's always busy. Busiest restaurant on Astoria Boulevard. And even though this isn't a lively area like 30th Avenue, this restaurant is always consistent. Well-known Greek restaurant. Thank you, C Burger. Appreciate the $2 super chat. JQG Atlas, the food must be good. For sure it is. Maxine Oliver says, where do you live now? Action Kids is still New York. Yes, New York. Mr. Mean Cat, $2. Tom means tomorrow. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Mean Cat. BZ Grill. Great gyro restaurant. Really known for their lunch special, $11.95. Thank you, Eric Leek, for $1.99. Appreciate Eric. Thank you very much. Let me see what's going on with Astoria Manor, because I heard they were gonna like close down or whatnot, and I'm not sure if those rumors were true. Oh, it looks like it's still around. Wait, what's this sign on? New main entrance. Yeah, Astoria Manor is still going strong. Hung Mao says I need to pin a FAQ. I don't think I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be needs to be updated so much. Romana's Italian food, Latin food, pizza, wings, and burgers. I've never tried this place on the corner of Crescent Street and Astoria Boulevard. Let me cross the street and I'll show you. Miriam says, sorry, just thought I heard him say he lives in New York. I do. I moved to Miami, but I also live in New York City, and I live in Miami. Nothing wrong with that. Looks like a good place. Marv says, can you do a vlog where you'll visit your favorite places in Astoria? That would be an awesome video. I kind of did that already with the 2 videos I posted. Old school business here. SK sewing machine. Nor NJ15. Have I met up with the Walks in Wall Street guy? I have. But the funny thing is, I've always met up with him in Miami. I've never met up with him in New York City. There's a few restaurants down this way. Aubrey says, will you travel to Queens Night Market before it ends for the season? I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, but it did look interesting. Did something happen with Peru? Did they win a football match, aka soccer? Chris wants me to go to Astoria Park. I think we could take a stroll over there. Why not? Maybe I could walk to the end of this block and then make a right. We'll go to Astoria Park. Hung Mao saying Astoria Park. Yes. I didn't show the side I wanted to show, and that's the track and field. I only showed the Shore Boulevard side as well as the playground, but the main area is the track and field and seeing the view of the bridge there. Yeah, and Rue asked if I'll be going to Flushing soon. I was just there this morning. Still as active as it's ever been. Minnie Suho says Queens night market is fun, but the lines are long. Yeah, at that point, you really have to consider if it's worth your time to be waiting in those lines or not. At this point, there's a certain amount of time that I feel like it's not worth waiting for a meal. I'd rather get a decent meal and not have to wait as long than wait very, very long for a nice meal. This nursing home has been here for a while. Mark Liu, $5. Couldn't make it into the city tonight. Thanks for taking me there. Appreciate it, Mark. I'm glad that you're here now. At least you get to see two places, Manhattan and also in Queens. Anna says Halloween at Salem, Massachusetts would be nice. Oh, I was there last year. Very fun time. I made a few videos there. Live streamed for most of the day until Salem got packed, and then the cell phone service went to crap. So that was a fun experience. New York says then Brooklyn. Yeah, I did. I walked over the Williamsburg Bridge to Williamsburg and then walked to Greenpoint. Kelly asked if I've ever been to the Ed Sullivan Theater. I think I went once before. Don't remember it too fondly. Ramsey says, does your legs never get tired of walking a lot? Oh, they're tired. I do it because I enjoy it. It may seem like I never get tired, but I get my rest. Let's see what Astoria Park is up to at this time. I think this is new. Sidewalk extension along with this flex post. It certainly looks new. Janine, you walked through the San Gennaro Festival in Soho area yesterday and your thighs are sore. I walked through there today. I only did like half a block of the San Gennaro. I didn't even go down the main street. And I already said there's no way I'm going in there because my cameras are gonna get crushed. What happened here? Is this recent? Someone passed away at this intersection. Oh my gosh. Was that 5? Is that 5? 5/6/2022. Karina Larino. Oh boy. This is what I say. New York City is dangerous, not because of the violent crime, but because of oh man, it's tough. I really say it. And I hate to see people get hit by a car, a bike, when it could have easily been preventable. I just wish people would just pay more attention. Crossing the street, on the roads. There's too many careless people out there with no respect for life. That's what it comes down to. CFOD's saying my mic is making noise rubbing on my clothes. I have it in the same spot. Yeah, Dutchman said didn't say how she died. I don't know how she passed away, but I'm assuming that's what happened. I'm gonna move my mic up a little bit. See if this works. Yeah, and Rue, they do have a large pool in this park. Here we are, the track and field section of Astoria Park. All right, good, Sifat. It's much better now. Okay, what did they change here? I guess we'll find out as I get onto the track and field. It looks like they've added a new section here. How did I not see this before? There wasn't this before, and I think they may have resurfaced the track and field. Wasn't it a red color before? Whatever it is, I'm really impressed of the job that the city has done to the neighborhood park here. Yeah, Edwin, I don't remember either. This grass surface looks very well maintained too. Time to wake up. The track used to be just dirt. They made it into a real track reach out. I remember they had pull-up bars, but you don't see them. It looks different to me. Whoa! The time just hit 10:20 p.m. What happened to all the lights? Well, we know what happened to the lights. They turned off. Okay. Why did the lights turn off? Yeah, I guess I will leave. I'll go around the outer walkway. Might be because it's too late. Janine, good thing you recorded. Yeah, to replay the light shutting off, so spooky. It's just so sudden and strange. Yeah, they did redo this entire section. The fitness area looks nice. These are all new benches and tables now. Amazing job with Astoria Park. These benches were never here before. Yan Ru says, am I able to walk by the water? I can. I can go down there and walk by the water. I want to go around the track and field though, because I'd like to see what changed here.
Welcome home, Action Kid.
Hi, thank you. Oh, they got rid of the water fountain here. It used to be right here. Mikey said, what did he say? He said, welcome home, Action Kid. So where's the water fountain now? I mean, I like the cosmetic changes, the benches and everything, but you have to have a water fountain for people here, especially near an athletic facility like here, the track and field. Oh wait, I see it right here. New water fountain. It's a modern one. Has a water bottle filling station, the smaller, the lower one, and the higher one. All right. I could definitely use some water now. Let's let it run for a few seconds. All right. Good quality water. Marv's saying you still don't trust public fountains yet. I mean, I think it's okay as long as you don't drink a lot of it. A little bit is not going to kill you. I've been drinking New York City water for years. Nothing has happened to me. So at least there's a water fountain station there. What about at the corner here? Because there used to be one at this entrance. K-Jack saying, you know, New York City is really good. How's Miami's water? It's not as good as New York City's water. What I do in Miami is I usually like to distill the water if I'm at home. And you can get the purest form of water that you can by distilling it. Yeah, they got rid of the water fountain on this side too. All right. Well, folks, I am going to call it a night. I'll leave you off with this beautiful view of the RFK Bridge, formerly known as the Triborough. I still refer to it as the Triborough. But I want to thank all of you for coming out today to see my walkthrough of Astoria. It was nice to see a lot of familiar spots, some new spots, and seeing Astoria Park all revamped like this just brings joy to my face. I'm like, wow, they really improved this neighborhood park a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. See if I can get a good view here. Yeah, there we go.